Guys, let's talk about the National Hockey League playoffs that will get kicked off here this week. Who's your favorite in the East? Let's start off with Matt over there.
I'm going to go with the 7th seed in this scenario. I like how the Buffalo Sabres have been playing it lately in their last 10 games. You see they're 8-1-1, and I like the offensive production they're getting out of Vanek and Stafford. I think these two guys are really going to light up in the playoffs, and I think that's going to carry over.
The favorite in the East, the Buffalo Sabres.
I'm going to go out on a limb there.
That's
a
very
huge
long
limb.
limb. Yeah, let's go over to Cooney. You got anything better for me?
All right. I like the Boston Bruins. Tell you what. What's it take in the playoffs? Goaltending, defense. That's what you got right here. Tim Thomas, top goaltender in the league. That defense. You brought in Cabriolet at the trade deadline. Chara's there. They have guys stepping up. And then depth-wise, look at that offense. 3 good lines there. Scoring ability. I don't think you can beat that.
So you got a 7. That's a lot better. Thank you. Kevin?
I really like Aaron's Boston pick, but what I'm going to go with is I looked up and down this Eastern Conference today, and I could find one thing with each team that I didn't like. And for the Penguins, it was the #1 score. And I am a firm believer that they can get by Tampa Bay and that 87 will be on the ice in the second round, because I see this series with Tampa Bay going 5, 6, or 6 games. And then I think Sidney Crosby gets back on the ice for Pittsburgh. And with him, I think they're the standout favorite in the Eastern Conference.
I like that. You got to defend your Buffalo pick a little bit more for me. I like them winning the series, but I don't know if you sold me on Ryan Miller. If you sold me on Ryan Miller, I got it.
I think they're going to be
I think they can take Philly.
I think that once they get past Philly, they can take out the next opponent. I think if Ryan Miller is on top of his game, he's proved in the playoffs that he can be a valuable goalie. And I think if Ryan Miller is that kind of goalie that was in the Olympics, he can be good for the Sabres when he gets to playoff time.
I don't like Ryan Miller, because if they do get by Philadelphia, which I don't think they will, their next matchup is going to be Washington. And I don't think Ryan Miller for 5 or 6 or 7 games can face 45 shots, because that offense is not going to supply them with the kind of lifeblood they need.
But in that same sense, how do you know Washington's going to beat the Rangers at this point right now?
Hendrik
Lundqvist, a great goaltender that can play on his head, that they're playing so well right now, New York is, whereas Washington's not, I don't want to say easing in there, they're playing okay. The biggest thing is Callahan for the Rangers.
That's the biggest thing, and that's the one question mark that I had when I was looking to see if I wanted to take the Rangers over them, is losing, it's not even just a score, but a character player. That Ryan Callahan, his penalty kill, shot blocking, the guy does it all, and also supports your offense like that. But the Rangers still, on that blue line and Lundqvist, like you said, they're going to give the Washington Capitals definitely a scare.
I don't know. Callahan's got wide shoulders, but without him on the ice, I just don't think they have the legs to get through this Washington team. Washington's just got too much depth.
If Marion Gaborik can step up, and I know that's what that's saying, if he can step up and play to his caliber, I think they win that series.
And Gaborik's a guy that can take over a series like that, and he hasn't really had that supporting cast that he did in Minnesota. But you bring in here, they went out, got their defenseman in Brian McCabe, made some good acquisitions. Artem Anisimov is starting to be that #1 center that they really like, something they've been looking for. And you know what, Rangers, I definitely think they can pull it off. They have the legs.
I will say this: there's a lot of teams in the bottom half of this Eastern Conference that I like to make
very
some upsets,
balanced,
due to goaltending alone. With Miller, with Lundqvist, that's why you can't throw out the Penguins here at this point. That's why teams like Washington and the Tampa Bay and teams like that are just too shaky. Philadelphia as well.
Yeah, Philadelphia as well. And like I said at the beginning, each team has a hole, and goaltending is one on a lot of these teams.
And that's where you look at Boston Bruins. Tim Thomas, solid all year long.